But speaking of life changing, one of the guys whose life has changed fucking something shocking since he left the Stone Show, the brilliant Artie Lange. I've done a bunch of interviews with comedians from the East and the West Coast that all know Artie. And you hear, and I've heard a bunch of different answers about what's happened. Some have said that he's back in a rehab clinic. Some have said he's in jail. One of the stories I heard, which I hope the fuck isn't true, is that his mother got COVID pretty early on, and while she recovered, it fucked her up, and that she's needed a lot of like around the clock health, like medical care, and Artie's there helping her, so he's not out there telling fart jokes like I am. See, it's one of my great punchlines.
Hey, that's mine. All right, go ahead.
So, another long-winded question I've got is, what have you heard about Artie Lange? Have you had any contact with him? How's he doing? And also, who the fuck comes out of rehab, loses their nose, and starts looking handsome? How is that even possible?
That's true. Well, to answer your first question, no, Artie does not wear a wig. Next question. I do not know where Artie is. I hope he's either in rehab or I hope he's home and, you know, being taken care of by his mom, by his sister. I can tell you there's, you know, when I came to New York and started working at Sirius, I was there for Thanksgiving, November of '06. And he knew I didn't have any family out there. And he invited me to his mom's house for Thanksgiving, which I thought was unreal. And on the way there, he kind of prepped me for working with the show and kind of prepped me for being a comic now that I'm working on the show and these big group comedy tours we were doing and what it means, you know, to you're gonna be in a position where you may not make the same amount of money as somebody on the show that has more airtime than you. Even though you're a stronger comedian, you got more material, that's not what you're getting paid here for necessarily. And he kind of prepared me for that. This is the radio world. And he couldn't have been nicer, couldn't have been cooler. On the drive back, we stopped in the city. We went to go see a James Bond movie. We smoked a bowl together. You know, I never did coke, so that's as strong as I go. And he's a guy that, you know, I've always rooted for from day one. He's a super fan of the show growing up like me, so we had that in common. And, you know, I know when Artie was clean for that, you know, short amount of time, I bumped into him in New York at, I think it was at the Cellar or one of the clubs. And he was so happy to see me. It was such a different Artie. And he was asking about my kids. He wanted to see pictures. We hung out. You know, and I didn't see him after that. And, you know, I always tell people I'm 7 cell phones behind on Artie. I don't know what, you know, where he's at. But, I mean, I wish him nothing but the best. I want him to come back so bad. I hope that thing about his mom isn't true. And if it is, I hope she's doing well. I hope she's getting the help she's getting. That she needs. And yeah, he's a guy that nobody has a bad thing to say about if you've ever met him. Sweetheart.
Yeah, and we need him back for the fact that since this latest round of madness has happened, there's been 2 Springsteen albums and a fucking great AC/DC album. We need him to at least come back and review that and maybe even let me interview him. And then after that, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. No, you got it. I'm going to text him right now. This prick Adam wants to talk to you. He looks like he's dying. You should do it. All right. I sent it to him. It's all good.
And you had to misgender me in the text. It's just...
Yeah, sorry.
It's problematic.
This cunt Adam wants to...
That's more like it.